That victory set the stage for K-State's annual showdown with Kansas. And the Wildcats continue their dominance in the Sunflower Series with a 38-12 rout. Lockett 3-2, he gets the snap off. Back to throw Lockett. Back to throw is Kavanaugh down for Lockett, who makes a circus catch at the 10-yard line. Kevin Lockett pulls in a grab at the KU 10. Double tight ends, offset eye for Kansas State. They go back, play action fake for Kavanaugh. Looks, throws over the middle, pass caught for a touchdown to Brian Goolsby. Brian Goolsby, the fullback, leaks out of the flat, pulls it in. It's an 8-yard touchdown pass. Lawrence is off on his right hip. Lockett to the near side, twins to the far side. They hand it off to Lawrence out of the formation. He's got a big hole. 35, 30, 25, 20, inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line, maybe even the KU 18. Big pickup for Mike Lawrence. Second and goal for K-State. Ball at the 8 of Kansas. Kavanaugh back to throw. Sets, throws to Kevin Lockett. Makes a catch. Touchdown, Kansas State. Same play to Kevin Lockett that time. He hauls it in, and the Wildcats go up 13-3. Wildcats move the ball at will in the second half, extending a 14-12 halftime lead with 24 unanswered second half points. Kavanaugh stays under center. 3, 2, 1. They get it off. Back to throw Kavanaugh. Sets, looks, throws. Andre Anderson catch for a first down to the 20 to the 15-yard line. Andre Anderson popped open. 2nd and 6 from the 11. Kavanaugh, play action fake, rolls to the near side. Has a man open, now throws toward the end zone to Andre Anderson. Touchdown, Kansas State. Andre Anderson caught it at the 1 and spun around and fell in the end zone, and K-State now leads 27-12. Quarterback Brian Kavanaugh threw for 4 touchdowns, and wide receiver Kevin Lockett enjoyed his best day in a record-setting career with 11 receptions, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns, and yes, even an interception on special teams. 42-yard attempt from McCord, who's 1 of 2 on the day. He made a 44-yard at the snap, and they are going to fake it. Johnner, who is the holder, throws the ball down the field, is picked off by Kansas State. It's intercepted by Kevin Lockett. Lockett to the 15, 20, 25, and steps out of bounds.
Well, surprisingly, I joked about it a little bit earlier in the week when we were practicing field goal block that I'd get an interception, and finally they faked one, they threw it, I intercepted it, and you know, I mean, I've always told guys like Chris and Joe that I could play DB. And, you know, so far I have more interceptions than Dimitri Denmark, and I'm tied with Joe for his career.
Running back Mike Lawrence rushed for 159 yards and was loose in the Jayhawks secondary on many of his 27 carries. His counterpart, June Henley, suffered through another long day against the stout Wildcat defense. Henley managed just 42 yards on 19 carries, and his longest run of the day was just 7 yards. The victory proved once again that the Sunflower State belonged to the Wildcats, as the win was K-State's 4th in a row over the Jayhawks and 5th in the last 6 years. Combined with the 41-7 win in 1995, the Cats have outscored the Hawks 79-19 in the past 2 seasons.
Probably have to say it's one of the most fun games I've had. I had the most yards I've ever had as far as receiving. I had my 2nd highest reception total. And to win in the Sunflower Showdown, beat Kansas for 4 years straight, I think that was probably one of the funnest games that I played in.
And K-State does not have to take another snap because the play clock is inside at 25 seconds. This game is over. And this game is another Wildcat win over the Kansas Jayhawks. It's their 4th straight over KU. Their 5th in the last 6 years over the Jayhawks. It's the first time since 1924 through 1927 that the Cats have beaten the Hawks 4 straight years. The final from Lawrence, Kansas State 38, Kansas 12.
This is a special day in this state, and I thank all of you for the contribution you make to Kansas State football and to making Kansas a great place to live. I want to thank Coach Snyder for the class job that he does in running this great football team, and we're going to be watching with great pride and anticipation next week and the week after that. And on behalf of the people of the state of Kansas, as a governor, it's my pleasure to once again present the Governor's Cup to the Kansas State Wildcats. Best wishes on a great season.
A 12-0 loss at Colorado in the sub-zero temperatures the next week crushed K-State's chance for a Big 12 championship and overshadowed perhaps the best defensive effort of the year. The Buffs converted 2 short drives into touchdowns. But beyond that, K-State's defense dominated from start to finish in limiting Coy Detmer to just 136 yards. The Wildcats got back on the winning track 1 week later. With a berth in the New Year's Day Cotton Bowl on the line, the Wildcats closed out the regular season with a 35-20 home victory over the Iowa State Cyclones. 17 seniors who had led Kansas State to unparalleled success stepped onto the Wagner Field turf for the final time. But it was an underclassman who garnered most of the attention on this day. 2nd and 6, ball to 28. Kavanaugh turns, hands off. Lawrence left side, has a hole. Mike to the 25, to the outside 20, 15, 10. Mike Lawrence to the 5, goes in, touchdown, Kansas State. Mike Lawrence, a 28-yard run off the left side, and K-State quickly jumps out in front. Jarrett Grosted here in motion. They pitch it to Lawrence off the right side. Mike up to the 20. Lawrence 25, 30. Lawrence spinning his way up to the 33-yard line. 2nd and 10, an offset eye with Lawrence behind Kavanaugh. He gets the handoff. Mike works his way upfield. 40, 45, Mike 50, 45, down to the 40, still dragging defenders inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Lawrence upstaged and outrushed the Cyclones' Heisman Trophy runner-up Troy Davis with a K-State record of 252 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns.
When halftime came, they told me how many yards I had. And, you know, I wasn't thinking about it at that point in time. But, you know, me and Marlon talked about it. Marlon said, oh, man, you can go out there and break the record. And I said, maybe so, you know. It just depends on what happens, you know, in the second half. But getting into the 4th quarter, they said I need a certain amount of yards to get this, and you know, to break the record, I needed 1 yard to break the record and 41 yards to get 1,000. So, you know, we was thinking about it. You know, my offensive lineman, you know, they was thinking about it. You know, we just went after it.
And as the 17 Wildcat seniors left the Wagner Field turf for the final time that afternoon, they left with the smell of cotton in the air and with a deep satisfaction that they would be just one of 2 Big 12 conference teams playing after the new year.